So before I play this video, now that we know that it works, all right, we know it works, so let me transition back. Okay, now that we know it works, I'm going to do that in a second. Let me first tell you the fucking storyline here. So, listen to this. We're in Copenhagen. This is last week. We're in Copenhagen for the first ever CS2 Major. I have been playing CSGO since 2014. Since around July of 2014, I've been playing CSGO. The first team that I was ever a fan of, and the first organization that I was ever a fan of, was Na'Vi, Natus Vincere, which I know you guys should be familiar with because Na'Vi plays in Valorant as well, right? They have an org. I'm pretty sure they play in Valorant as well because I've heard about it. That Na'Vi won something, I'm not sure. But I've been a huge Na'Vi fan since I started playing CS, as that was the first pro team that I ever bet on. I bet on CSGO Lounge. For any of you oldies who remember, all of the lurkers here who may remember CSGO Lounge, I placed a bet. I bet my M4A1S was it Hyper Beast, and I lost it. But I bet them on Na'Vi. And I watched the game, and I've never been so much hype. And by the way, I won the next game that I bet on. I bet on best of two, and I won. I lost it and won. That's a nice skin too. It was, yeah. Today I have a pretty amazing inventory in CS, not in Valorant though. But people don't talk in CS, so we don't play that. But that's how I started liking Na'Vi. That's how I started loving Na'Vi. I've been a Na'Vi fan since I first started playing CS. Literally in the first couple of months, I've been a huge fan of the organization. Back then I was also a fan of the players, and then over time I've been a fan of the organization, primarily as the players keep changing every year and things like that. They keep having roster changes and stuff like that. So all this time, for those of you who are familiar with the pick'ems in CS, there's an option to buy the pick'em challenge where you can then pick which teams you think are going to advance, and it'll give you a coin all the way from bronze to silver to gold to diamond. Diamond means you get everything right. The team that you've picked has gone the distance, has gone all the way. And by the way, if this is boring to anybody, let me know. We could switch to the game. But I just wanted to share just a tiny bit about Copenhagen and what it meant for me, and for the people who came out with me. But Na'Vi started in CS, and this is the Pick'ems trophy. And I've been doing Pick'ems for 10 years. I've been doing Pick'ems in the Pick'em trophy, and it's all in my Steam account. You can see all of them, and I can actually show my Steam account in a second here. But over 10 years, I've been doing Pick'ems, and I've never bet against Na'Vi. I've never, ever bet against Na'Vi because that's my team. That's who I support. I don't care about the coin. I only ever want to support my own team, and I'll never go against it. For instance, there's a lot of people that watch the stream as well, people who are friends of ours, people who attended the event, who put who they think is going to win in the pick'ems and not who they support, which is such a weird thing to me. But at the end of the day, I only put in Na'Vi, and over 10 years, I've only gotten one diamond coin ever in my entire history of playing CS, because Na'Vi has only won one CSGO Major out of the 20 that they attended. They attended every single major that's ever happened in CS. They qualified and attended every single one, and they only won one. So I have tons of bronze coins, I have tons of silver coins, and I have tons of gold coins, but I only have one diamond coin. Cut to last week, we go to attend the CS Major, the first CS2 Major of history of all time. And of course, Na'Vi is there in the playoffs. You can imagine how excited I was, and I spent like 200 euros on getting 2 jerseys for the event, and we attended every single day. We were there for a whole week, but we attended every single day to cheer on Na'Vi, and Na'Vi qualified. They won the quarterfinals game, which was amazing. I missed the second map due to a health emergency that one of the people that we were with had, and we had to take them to the medics. If you guys know, we went a large group from the server, and we had to go to see the medics, which, by the way, was also a really cool thing. Obviously, the person's fine, everything's okay, but we had to go into the back of the Royal Arena in Copenhagen, and we were able to walk past the production. And these big double doors are open, and I could look into the production, and I'll tell you guys, you've never in your life seen, I've seen NASA movies, crazy shit. I've never in my life seen so many screens with so many POVs. Imagine every single character, every single player's POV is shown. So that's 10 screens just showing the POVs, the spectator cams, the analyst cams. There is so many, all the different cams that are in the audience. So many different things. That's what I was seeing as I took, as we went to the medic. After the Medics, I missed the second map of Na'Vi in their first quarterfinals, which definitely sucked. But it was okay because, health comes first, of course. But then after that, we had our semifinals. And in our semifinals, Na'Vi won again. And you guys can imagine how my throat was gone. We were cheering. The audience was electric. Na'Vi beat G2. This is an audience that was relatively split. Okay, we're in Copenhagen. G2, there's not a Danish team. Na'Vi is not a Danish team. The audience, whatever, right? There's no big fan groups that came out. A lot of people love Na'Vi. A lot of people love G2. Most people are cheering for their pick'ems. So the crowd was crazy. The crowd was electric, but no one was leaning either way. Na'Vi wins the semifinal of the first ever CS2 Major. They beat G2, and they move on to the final, which was played on Sunday. Just this Sunday, by the way, guys, 5 days ago. They go on to play the final, and the final is against FaZe, and FaZe has ReiGn, a Danish player. So the audience, it's like a 70-30 split. Every single thing that FaZe does, every kill they get, every time they throw a good grenade, anything they do, the crowd goes absolutely wild. Like crazy. And I'm sitting there. We're on the floor. We had floor, like full pass, premium pass for the whole 4 days. Obviously, this is our first ever major. There's no way we're going to be sitting in the stands, right? We're on the floor. It's me and my boy Mantix. We're sitting there together, and we're watching Na'Vi play in the finals for the first ever time that I came to a major. Na'Vi is in the finals, and this is after I've watched tens and tens of games. I've watched them lose so many times. It was so surreal for me. I'm sitting there on the floor with Mantix next to me, and a few more people from the server are also there, but they're not as important, so we're not going to mention them. We're sitting there watching the major. Every single thing that FaZe does, the crowd goes wild. You can't hear anything. When Na'Vi gets something done, the crowd, of course, a lot of fans as well. Remember, 16,000 people in the arena. It's not a small arena. Even if you have 2,000 fans, you're still going to be heard. But compare 2,000 to 14,000, you're looking at crazy numbers. I would say it was around a 75 to 25% split, where 75% of the arena wanted Na'Vi to lose, which is a wild amount to have. So we're sitting here. It's the first map in a best of 3 on the finals, the big stage in the Royal Arena. I'm sharding myself, if you will. Agent Sharder, you legend, right? I'm sitting there. I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do, right? It's crazy. We're going out for cigarettes every 4 seconds. It's awesome. We're raiding. We're hyped as fuck. The first map, absolutely insane. Right? Agent Charter, legend. The first map, absolutely insane. Na'Vi go ahead and they win the first map of the finals. They have a chance to take it all the way. Na'Vi can win right now 2-0. They can close it out. It's insane. Everyone is hype. I'm hype. People with Na'Vi shirts, everyone's just hugging each other. Everyone's getting excited. Everyone is so happy for me. Everyone who came out from the Discord server, no one's really a big Na'Vi fan like me. I'm the only one, and we're around 16, 17 people there. So the hype for me was really awesome as well. A lot of people coming up, hugging me. Everyone's so excited for me. They can do it. They can go all the way. We're going out to smoke. We're meeting tons of other influencers, tons of other streamers, and big names are there. Sparkles is there. Kenny S, Mojo, all sorts of people are there. And we're outside smoking, and it's wild. We go back in. It's now game 2. Na'Vi can take it all the way. We're playing on Mirage, a map that they picked. This is Na'Vi's pick, right? They had one on FaZe's pick. Na'Vi picked this map, and they lose 13-3. Absolutely demolished. They got destroyed. Destroyed. Like you wouldn't believe. Now imagine how we're sitting there. Imagine the energy in the crowd. It's going crazy. Now I wouldn't mind the map 3, but not like that. I don't want to see my team get absolutely destroyed. I don't think anyone wants to. It's not good Counter-Strike. We want to see a close game. We want to see a close fight, which is what the first map was. So if you think on the first map, they only barely won. And then the second map, they got absolutely destroyed. What's going to happen next? So at this point, I tell Mantix and everyone who's with me, I'm going out to smoke, right? I can't, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is the first ever major I'm at. Na'Vi's gone all the way. And in play, by the way, to qualify, they didn't qualify 3-0. They didn't breeze through like Cloud9 and eventually lose. They lost 2 of their qualifying games, won 2 of their qualifying games, and then won their decider game to go to Copenhagen. So it's just been a whole crazy thing, a whole crazy journey. And here I am in the Royal Arena in Copenhagen, sitting in the crowd, holding my head like, what the hell? What next, right? Is this how we go out? Is this how Navi loses? And I go outside, and there's a Brazilian fan. Absolute legend. He was there for all 4 of the days as well. Every day we're out there, we're smoking with him, we're hanging out with him. It's a really short guy. I'm really huge. I don't know if you guys could tell. I'm 6'3", 6'4", 193 centimeters. I'm a huge guy. He's really small. I go outside, I'm smoking with him. It's just me and him. Like, there's like maybe 4 other people. And I'm telling him, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What do I do? You know? We've gone the distance. We've lost our first game. We've won barely the first game, which was really close, which is fun Counter-Strike, but we've been absolutely demolished. And he stands there and he tells me, and I obviously can't do the British Brazilian accent, but that's British. The Brazilian accent, the Spanish, the you know that they have. But he tells me, he goes, you have to believe. He says, what else can you do? What else can you do now? He tells me, what else can you do? And he's been to tons of majors, right? He goes, what else can you do now? You have no other options. All you can do is go back into that arena and sit down and believe. And now I'm going to play the clip for you guys. This clip is after Navi won the fucking major. This is me outside talking to that short Brazilian, absolute fucking legend. Please let me know if you guys can hear the audio. I really, really hope you can.
Just believe. Just believe. And I went inside and I believed that I fucking believe.
Absolute fucking legend of a guy. Absolute, like, great storytelling. Oh, thank you, man. It was a wild fucking experience for me. It was insane. The amount of messages, the amount of DMs I was getting after Navi won the major, the amount of people who were coming up and hugging me, the people who were just, everyone who was wearing Navi jerseys, just coming up and hugging each other and hanging out. And it was just such a wild experience. I went back into that arena. I sat down next to Mantix and I just believed. I just said, you know what, we're here for Counter-Strike. Whoever wins, wins. I'm going to believe that it's going to be my team, that it's going to be Navi, and Navi's going to go the fucking distance. And they did. My first ever major after 10 years of watching the organization. They went all the fucking way and they won. And that's the story, baby. That's the story. It was actually insane. It got to be such a great moment, dude. It was hard to put in words, you know, people and going outside and then seeing Wizza and Lily coming down from the stands. It was insane. And Kaya and Daywalker coming up as well. It was absolutely insane. The euphoria that I felt standing there when Navi won the major was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. It was unreal. And I can show you guys just a real quick. Mantix was standing next to me. He didn't manage to record as Navi won the major because he was too hype. But he recorded me after Navi won the major. He managed to catch a little tidbit of me. So I'm going to play that video as well. Let me grab that here. Give me just 2 seconds, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have any of this prepared. I didn't plan to tell this story or anything. But I thought it was a really, really cool thing. And I wanted to share with you guys because it was just insane. An absolutely insane experience and insane everything. I couldn't, and I was telling them, I couldn't have if I had written the script, of our going to Copenhagen with the server, with the clan, I couldn't have written a better script. If I had planned the whole thing from start to finish, it wouldn't have been as good as it was naturally, which is absolutely insane to think about. And it was so cool. So I hope through my story I was able to kind of put you guys in my spot and let you guys feel the hype that I felt, and kind of let you guys feel what it was like for me to be there.